the money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight
It
up.
might you might even all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
Like with that person, big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
Even though this dude here, our guest today, is one of the hottest dudes as far as his name on the internet right now, by default, he hasn't done much different than what he's been consistently doing for a long time, running his program. I've been trying to get him here for an interview long before he was the hottest name on the net. So we not jumping on no bandwagon, clout chasing. We just happen to finally get around to it with scheduling, but I want y'all to help me to give a good black box welcome to my brother, none other than the brother Byron Blake. My God. Welcome to the black box, Byron Blake. What's happening with you, bro?
World? What's happening with you, man?
Finally got it in here. I don't really know how this worked, if you were able to hear my intro backstage or not, but I was just letting the people know I'm not jumping on your bumper because you're one of the hottest cats on the internet right now.
No. This shit years in the making.
Yeah, we've been long trying to get this in, man.
Yeah.
We should have been got to it, but we finally getting to it. And before we jump into the bullshit, I just want you to give some background because I have a whole nother interview we're gonna have to get to, but I'm not gonna go through that whole interview because I do want to get to some of the hot shit that's cracking right now. But I don't want to just jump into that. I know you have some type of background with battle rap. Give us a little bit of history on you. Where you from?
Yeah, well, shit, you know, I'm born in East St. Louis, moved across the bridge when I was like 10, 11, moved over there with my granny, you know, and pretty much stayed there. That's where I went to high school at, you know, all of that shit. A couple of years I went and stayed back with my mama up in Alton. That's why you see all the notorious Alton paperwork, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Very
went and stayed.
nefarious. Infamous,
Yeah.
I might say. Nefarious. Go ahead.
Yeah, I went and stayed back with the OG for a couple of years. Of course, that shit went how it went, so she sent me back across the bridge. Eventually, you know, I end up having kids on the other side of the bridge, you know, back over there mingling around, which led to me kind of getting stuck over there, you know.
Okay.
Started back moving around over there, start catching cases again.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't have no history of the city, St. Louis, East St. Louis is big. There's more shit going on. You less likely to get caught, you know.
I hear a lot of people try to make a big difference between St. Louis and East St. Louis, like they worlds apart.
Man, it's that shit right. To me, it's all one city. You know what I'm saying? It's something like, it's like how you would say Compton in LA. You see what I'm saying? You know how people get to they had that argument. It's technically that, you know what I mean? But when you coming from out of town, you wouldn't know the difference.
Right.
If you crossed over, the only way you would know is because you know now you got to go over the bridge and across that water. But you wouldn't know the difference. In East St. Louis, the shits, all the clubs and shit stay open all night. So when them niggas clubs close down at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in St. Louis, they all come right across the bridge.
Okay.
That's how close it is. You know, I get the technicality because it been some beef. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of history there. You know what I mean?
I hear it. It come from like that context. Like
it's a lot of history there with beefs and shit. But for the most part, man, when you look at the big names, when you look at the Nellies, you know what I'm saying? People like that, they embrace the East Side. If you hear Nelly talk, he gonna say DJ 618, which is the area code for the East Side, broke his record. You know what I mean? So they embrace it. The East Side embrace them. It just be little, you know, set tripping shit going on. But yeah, to keep it going
everywhere.
Yeah, it'd be But I really believe though, like I said, if you tap in with which right now I'ma say I'ma shout out Lil Tay, 3 Problems. You know what I'm saying? Lil Rello, he at home right now. Rello back at home. Swag gone, but long live swag. You know what I mean? Like I'ma shout them little niggas out because they had a real movement in the city. And if you listen to them talk, and they younger, you know, but if you listen to them talk, they'll even say, like, you know, the east side is the city, you know? So as much as niggas gonna say, man, it's Illinois, it's 2 different places, it's 2 different states, it's that shit, it's all one culture. You know, every city got their different sides and different things, you know.
Yeah, I could definitely relate to that.
Illinois though, east side got more of a Illinois type thing though. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna run into more GDs and BDs and vice lords and shit in East St. Louis, you know, whereas opposed to you run into a nigga from St. Louis, he more than likely Cripple blood. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because of the St. Louis and LA connection. You know what I mean? Even though the east side right there is more because niggas who from the east side, when they grew up and they went to the juvenile homes and the little DOCs and shit, they ran into GDs, BDs, vice lords. You know what I mean? That shit spread throughout the state. You know how that shit go, you know?
Definitely. So I like you said, you was catching them cases. I've seen some of the paperwork. We're not here to highlight none of that, but I will give you a dark salute though, a real dark one time. You feel me?
Nah, for sure.
You carry yourself like such a gentleman. I know that's not what you're here to highlight, but at some point you transition from convict demon to trying to be a public figure artist, and I believe you did it by way of the battle rap stage, coinciding with rapping. Give us some little background on that.
Man, I had a little time to sit down. You know, I had 8 years to sit down, and while I was doing that, I still had a vision. I knew I was coming home young still, you know what I mean? So I didn't let go of that because that's what it was. That's what the nigga was chasing anyway. So I started my LLC while I was locked up, Money Mafia Entertainment. I started that, you know, I was 22 when I started that. I started that in the joint and shit. I just kept the movement going. You know, I back then it wasn't a lot of phones and shit, you know what I mean, floating around the facilities and shit. Like sidekicks was the hottest phones and shit. So a nigga wasn't making videos and all that shit. But, you know, I kept my vision clear. I came home. As soon as I came home, I'm like, you know, B Magic is I gotta shout out B Magic, you know.
Shout out B Magic. Oh my
I gotta shout out B
no.
Magic, man. You know, B Magic is one of my childhood homies. You know what I mean? Cause we go back.
I want to thank you and B Magic because it was a time when, as childhood homies, I had no idea. I just knew y'all was locals, and I popped in on one of your lives, and you was going in. I tapped in with B Magic, and y'all both was willing to allow me to help y'all see past that moment. So I want to thank both of y'all for that, man. It wasn't none of my business, but I got love for both of y'all.
Yeah, and that's my homie from like 25 plus years. You know what I'm saying? So
That's right.
you know, Magic reached for me. That's who shot my first video when I came home.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, when my first video when I came, I still had the ankle bracelet on. You know, he came over to my house and shot the video. So that was like, okay, me just letting people know I was back. Cause I kind of had a little presence in the rapping shit before, you know. I just was kind of, you know, rapping and in the streets and shit. So I focused in on rapping, and of course, you know, he extended himself to me, offered me, you know, access to all of his different avenues and shit he had going on. Really, really pushed me to battle rap. You know,
Let's
it
give
was
him one of
him.
these. Let's give him one of these real quick, because that'd be so easy to do, but so rarely done. He deserves a round of applause.
No, for sure. For sure.
Very short. Go ahead. You can keep going.
For sure. But yeah, he pushed me. He pushed me to battle rap. A couple of my other homies, they knew that I used to do this shit before I went in, you know, so they was like, man, you know, we actually a crazy story though. Uh Before I went to jail, we actually was sending emails and shit to URL. I was trying to put up 10,000 for
Damn.
Murder Moot. You know what I'm saying?
You was going straight to the top.
Yeah, that's always been the strategy. You know what I mean? That's always been the strategy. So getting to the point when I come and they telling me about the battle rap shit, of course, you know, they get to saying who the top options. And one of them, of course, Magic, he off the table, you know.
Yeah, right.
We ain't even considering that. And then it
Right.
was Verb and it was Hitman. So shit, you know, I shot my shot at both of them niggas. And just so happened, I knew a nigga that played 2K or some shit with Hitman. You know what I'm saying? They had some shit going on. So when he saw the video, he like, man, I'ma call the nigga and see what he gonna do. He called me back. He like, man, I hollered at him, what you on? I said, man, tell the nigga I got 10. You know what I'm saying? He called back like, shit, 10 good. All right, we locked in. Let's do this shit. You feel me? That was just me building momentum. You know what I'm saying? And
Salute.
man, I really ain't got shit bad to say about the nigga, you know, in the process of that situation. Some shit went down with him right before the battle that people attributed.
I seen some footage of an incident. Is that what you referring to?
Yeah, I was finna say some shit went down with him prior to a battle, but it didn't have shit to do with me. You know what I'm saying? It was attributed to me, you know what I mean? But it didn't have nothing to do with me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I actually aided and assisted the nigga in the process, you know,
Okay.
which led to our later dispute because that shit with them kicked off again. And it's just like the situation with me and you and Magic, you know. If I would have hollered at you and been like, man, this all good, I'ma fall back. And you hollered at him and he like, all right, I'ma fall back. And you like, man, I'd have hollered at, you know, and then I turn around and jump back out there. Yeah, you know, get your ass nigga, woo, 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 you know what I'm saying?
That would have been bump.
That you see what I'm saying? So that a situation like that occurred. Dude having a situation that he had going on, his ego and shit, he ain't want to admit, you know, and it led to a dispute between me and
Oh man, we lost you, Brother Blake. We lost Brother Blake. Hopefully, here we go. He back, y'all. He back. Now we can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Murphy Law's in effect. He gonna probably come out and try to come back in. I'm sure that's what he trying. Appreciate Brother Blake for pulling up, man, giving us the background. We ain't even got a chance to get into none of the good shit yet. God damn. Technical difficulties. I hope his phone didn't die. It looked like he was positioning his cell phone. I'm gonna give him a few minutes to see if he pop back in. Oh, there he go. Bam. Let's go. You remember? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right.
You remember where you was?
Yeah, I remember where I was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you know, that lead to a little situation with me and him, you know, and for real, shit. I don't look at it like, you know, people have they entitled to their opinions and how they view shit, but I don't look at that shit like no L. You know what I'm saying? Because
If you allow me to weigh in, I've seen the footage, crispy clear. From
yeah,
people on his side, I got some folks that was with him that day. My people, just so happened
yeah,
before I even knew you. So that made when they seen through the internet streets that me and you was cool, they kind of tapped in. I think I mentioned his name to you once or twice.
yeah.
But I could tell you from what I saw, and you know, the fact that you know, you walked up, whatever it was, I couldn't see your face good, but I don't care if it was cherries, hickeys, whatever. Wait,
Yeah.
nigga, walk away from that. How can you say when the numbers is like that, it's an L? Then from that side, motherfuckers appreciate that. A lot of people would have had litigation going, bro. And the
Yeah,
fact
no,
you
for
take
sure.
away from all that, you might consider them awesome. People got hate from you over there, but you developed a lot of respect from niggas over there you might not even be aware of.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I don't even uh knowing what you know what I'm saying, about me and shit, that ain't even my pedigree. You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly. Which is
you
gonna
know.
set us up for a good segue transition to the bullshit when we get to it. Cause you know your name has gotten very controversial.
Yeah.
And for one thing, you ain't a person that jump out here like, oh, I got you. You start off slow, steady, consistent, and you keep that shit. And before you know it, there's a whole record that you putting some shit together that everybody can relate to, man. So
Yeah.
let me see. I got a couple questions. I don't want to just jump around. Before we get into that, how long you been doing this YouTube thing? If you was finished with the Hitman story, I'm
Man,
sorry.
oh yeah, that shit light. That shit ain't,
Shout out to Hitman, man, for
I
giving you
wanted
that.
to I wanted to address it because I see that you know, you done spoke on some battle rap shit on your platform, and a lot of people that's from that culture, they comment and they be in your space. So they have a narrative of me, you know what I'm saying, that they
Based.
wanna, yeah, and
Mhm.
what I know now about this YouTube shit is that depending on how popular you are, they gonna defend you no matter what.
Goddamn right,
They gonna
boy.
spin any narrative, you know what I'm saying? So uh I will say that me and dude dispute. That's a dispute amongst men. We gonna handle that how we handle that. I don't wanna go too deep into, you know what
Of
I'm
course
saying?
not.
But I don't want those people to just be pushing no narrative without me ever having to say what I had to say. If you go back and look and you got sense, you can see everything that I'm saying happened, and all this shit that happened all over the internet to a degree. So, a person with sense, they can watch it and see what's going on, and feel free to make your own determination from there. But the whole narrative like I'm a clout chaser and shit, man, everybody that's on the internet is chasing clout. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
I know.
Everybody. If you can be the biggest artist, you could be Drake, Kendrick Lamar, you know what I mean? Whoever you may prefer. One thing I know is when it's time for your album to drop, that label gonna spend some money to make sure that you get seen. That's a form of clout
Facts.
chasing.
Facts.
They chasing the cloud to make sure you get, whatever it is they trying to make sure you obtain. So
I, I
I
think I think clout chasing is similar to the term toxic masculinity. Like there is a
yeah,
form of clout chasing that we laugh at, we don't approve of,
yeah,
but
no, for sure.
yeah, you feel me? But I think
Yeah,
the term all people trying to establish clout get thrown into that bucket because of that
yeah,
term.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's what I want to decipher. Yeah, of course I'm a nigga that want, a certain amount of clout and recognition. I feel like I earned that shit. Uh Especially when I see the amount of suckers that's running around here getting
Sheesh.
recognition for shit that they ain't even, they freestyling this shit.
Facts.
So of course, but at the same time, I'm not in that bucket of niggas that's willing to do anything. You don't see me out here performing certain skits, and whatever you may feel about me, when you look at the root of whatever my issue was, it was always about a principle. It was never no frivolous shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know,
That
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 is,
makes us kindred spirits with that. I follow.
yeah, yeah. So,
With
I
that
be
being
willing to
said,
go all out
how
about that
long have
shit.
you been in these YouTube streets doing this?
Mm. I started the channel while I was in prison.
Okay.
I had to, that's how long I had the vision. Before they took the channel down, if you would have looked, it said created in 2014. I wasn't even on the streets yet then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just
Okay.
had the vision. So I had already, I'm on the phone working that phone shit, man. Look, go make me a YouTube channel. When I come home, this is what I'm finna do. Like that shit was already it was set in stone, you know.
What
So
type what type of content did you launch it with? Was it what I'm familiar with? Or
yeah, it was
you
I dropped my first music video,
okay.
and then, I dropped a little couple videos in between, like just type blogging type shit, you know. I was
Mhm.
fresh out, so I was really still learning how to work this shit. You know, I had videos of me with my family and shit up there, you know. I had one video that went crazy around where I'm from because it was me with my kids. I was shooting dice with them, you know, but they like 7,
That's what I'm
8.
finna do. Yeah, shout them out. We can't you gonna bring them up like that. Shout out the babies, man.
Yeah, I'm shooting dice with them, you know, and they like people was, it was controversial because people like, man, he fresh out, he teaching the kids how to, but I'm in my mind, I'm showing them how to count. You know what I'm saying? Like we counting fives, tens, you know what I mean? Like that was
You didn't
just
think
my way of
you didn't think anything about it being not appropriate parenting. You
nah,
just
nah, nah.
oblivious. When you saw people reacting to that and you were shocked, did you kind of could you relate to what they were saying, or were you still straight resistant to that whole
No,
idea?
it made me realize how the internet was working. I was learning
Okay.
from it. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
so now I'm learning like, okay, I put this out here. I can't even argue with these people because I put it out here for them to get their opinion, you know?
Mhm. Right.
Uh I left it up for a little while and then eventually I took it down, you know,
Okay.
because I just thought about the exposure that it was giving to my kids and shit. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
how old are the boys now?
Oh shit. Now they 19 and 18.
Do they shoot dice?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, but look though.
I ain't mad at them though.
Hey, but look, both of them niggas graduated, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Going to college. They ain't got
Yep.
no criminal history, never been arrested.
They
You know
shoot
what I'm
dice in
saying?
Vegas. I ain't mad at them. You right there.
Never
Goddamn
been
right.
detained. You know what I mean?
That's
And
right.
and and them niggas, they real scholars though.
Salute
You
to
know?
nephew. To both
Yeah.
of them, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So I learned through that, you know, and I started to shift the content, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'ma just leave it to straight rapping and just like artist type shit, you know?
Okay.
And we dropped the battle. When I dropped the battle went crazy. It did like 60, 70,000 views in a month,
Oh,
you
so
know?
you were capable to be the one to show the battle. You had exclusive. You the
Yeah,
only one who
yeah,
had the video.
yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, I ain't gonna cap, right? As far like we done had our little arguments and shit. He say little slick shit on the internet, but I'm still gonna say the nigga be capping. You know, he tried to make himself sound gangster, but the nigga did some good business with me on the battle. You feel me?
Okay.
I paid him. I got dough money. I got all the rights to the footage. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never asked me
Okay.
for a dime off none of the YouTube money, none of that type of shit, you know? So,
You think like a CEO, and he was
yeah,
thinking like an artist. There's nothing
yeah,
wrong with being an artist, but there's
yeah,
nothing wrong with being a CEO. Just
yeah. Nah, we had
go
two
ahead.
different visions, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Really just playing our role because that was his role at the time. You know, he
Yeah, I
was,
mean, he didn't want to stick around for more. He that
yeah,
nigga. You a nigga
yeah,
coming respecting him being that nigga. Get out his
yeah,
way. Get over that shit. Get out
yeah,
his way.
yeah, 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 yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, we did that. And shit, like I said, it did like 70,000 the first month. So it was able to, my channel got a little more traction, and I started going to other places to do battles. You know what I mean? Like I battled Oops, he from the city. Uh I battled Champ, he from the city. You know what I mean? We did that
Hold
battle.
on. I can't help that you notice you just said I started going other places. Then you dropped two names and they both from the city. Where
Yeah,
was
and I
other
was just
places?
finna say
Oh,
we did the battle in Chicago, me and
oh,
Champ.
okay.
We did the battle in Chicago.
Was
You
this
know what I'm
like your
saying?
own league? You was like basically
No, no, no. This was other leagues. This
okay.
was other leagues like established battle rap leagues. One of them, Guerrilla Warfare. They was established. And they was just
Okay.
giving me. They had a card with like Hitman, Daylight, all them niggas on it, Verb, you know what I mean? And they hit me up just showing me some love off the Hitman battle. Like, shit, nigga, if you want to come do something, we got something for you, you know?
Okay.
And I started going other places. I went to Milwaukee. I went to Peoria. It just was like, it didn't have the battle rap feel like St. Louis had. You see what I'm saying? It didn't have the feeling like when I battled at home. And that made me realize that the feeling I got from it at home was more about the people at home cheering me on, you know what I'm saying, than it
Battle
was.
rap, that home court advantage shit is real.
Hell yeah, that shit real.
As real as the
And it
NBA
just
is
so
real.
happened it was me and Hitman. We two niggas from the city that, you know, we both got a name. It's different shit, but we both got a name. So everybody want to
Was he
see that.
already on Wildin' Out when you battled him?
Yeah, he was
Oh,
already
yeah.
on Wild 'N
So
Out.
you was going, it was David versus Goliath.
Yeah. They was like, they, you know, they like, damn, okay, this some and then, you know, he got his reputation, you know, and for people to be like, damn, these two niggas finna battle. They knew it was gonna be fiery, you know what I'm saying? They knew we was gonna both talk shit. It was gonna be, you know, like a battle. They wanted to see that shit. And they came out. And when I got to other places, they city, it just didn't feel like, you know what I'm saying, battling at the crib, bro. You know, even when it's not my event, like Street Status could throw an event and I could go in there, bro, and not even be part of the shit. And they just throw me on there like, man, we finna put Byron Blake up here, and that motherfucker gone, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
St. Louis just got that feeling. So I'm like, damn, this ain't really nothing that I want to do for real, you know, but I still like watching the shit. So
Right.
I spent a couple years hanging around. I go to events, and that's how I was building the YouTube channel. You know, I bump into Pat Stay, get some footage. You know
Man,
what I'm
rest
saying?
in peace to my nigga Pat Stay, man.
Yeah, man, real nigga, man.
Yes, sir.
Real nigga. I ran up on Pat Stay with 10,000. Like, nigga, I got 10,000. We could battle right now.
I'm finna start calling you the 10 band man.
Hey, man, hey.
Jump in the game, and he ain't coming out with his hand out, but with his bands out. Salute.
Man, 10, man. You know, we was at Gnome 9, Lutz and Verb.
When we play dominoes, we got a rule 10 to get in. You feel me?
Man, straight up. It was Lutz and Verb. I ran up on past 8 with the 10. He spent me so smooth, though, you know? It was funny. I had to laugh about it because he turned it down, but it was so funny how he did it, you know?
Please share, man, because, you know, I had just he just reached out to me and made my acquaintance shortly before he passed. Even that Superman disc that he did the game right before he passed, he sent it to me to preview it. And like, fuck me up. We had just become cool like over the last year through social media. So, you know, I was really affected like by his passing to an extent that nobody could really relate to. We never had no public real connection, but he was my guy. So how did
man, shit, it's me. It's me, him, and Oops. It's me, him, and Oops in a boat shoot. You know, and we backstage. I don't know, just like the third person I done ran up on. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Yeah, I got 10. They all looking like I got it in the bag. Oops, and they were like, no, he got it right now. I'm opening the bag up. What's up, nigga? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? They like, nah, you know, everybody got something, you know, but dude, he like 10 right now? He looking in the bag and shit. Then he said some crazy shit like, man, I got the video of it, but he like some shit about fucking a midget or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you put the video out already or no?
yeah, it was on the YouTube channel. They you know, but I still got it though. You know what I'm saying? I still got it because I know I got it saved.
Something about fucking a midget though.
Man, he said something about getting paid 10,000 to fuck a midget or some shit. Hey.
Only reference I could even think of is Blueface and Krishan on stream, and fucking a midget came up. That's the only time I heard
that man. That man said some shit like, basically like, shit, I perform for that 10, but I ain't got no 10 to put up. You know what I'm saying? Some crazy shit. I'm like, bro, you wild, but you know, we laughed it off and shit. It caught me off guard, you know, because I was really trying to catch that wreck, but shit. We laughed about it, and then it was like, that was Gnome 9. you know, and shit. I can't remember exactly what year it was that he passed, but shit. In between then, we had kind of interacted on Twitter and shit. Most of the battle rap people, they don't really be, you know, that's why you might get a lot of them trying to attribute my channel success to battle rap to a degree, you know, because in those beginning years, a lot of battle rap people interacted with me, you know.
Okay.
But man, we know business, you know, they see it's like fish, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They see the bread, you know what I mean? So yeah, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I did shout out to Smack. That nigga Smack always,
Shout out
you
to
know what I'm
Smack.
saying? He
I,
always kept it real with me. Shit. He done
I
offered
let
me a few opportunities, you know what I mean?
oh, is that right? That's what's happening.
Yeah. We done chopped it up about some shit, you know, but I just I don't be when I go to other places, like when they did that shit in Houston, no, I'm not, it was packed. Wall to wall, but it just didn't feel, you know what I'm saying? It didn't feel like it's almost like I'm used to the niggas being in there at the battle, watching the battle. You know what I mean? It'd be like a club scene almost. Niggas in there talking. You know what I mean?
Do you
Smack
think?
gotta keep telling niggas, hold it down, hold it down. You
So
know
if
what
you
I'm
don't get
saying?
it, so if you don't experience all those elements to you, it's not an authentic experience.
Yeah. Like I get the mingling part, but you know what I mean? Like I wanna go in there and really, you know what I'm saying? Like watch the battle. That's what a nigga be there for. It's like you got a battle event full of different people trying to create a personality. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
you got like 12 different events going on inside the event. These niggas supposed to fight. These females supposed to be linking up to go over some shit. You know what I'm saying? These niggas over here trying to get pictures. These niggas arguing about who gonna win. It's more focused on that than who battling right now. So they fucking up they battle. It just be a bunch of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's like out of control. You feel me? So
Mm.
I steered away from that and I started looking into blogging and shit because I started watching how YouTube was like transitioning. At first, I remember people used to put it on and they'll watch a battle or they'll watch a music video or something, you know?
Mm.
And I started noticing like, damn, niggas riding around listening to niggas talk.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
damn, yeah, niggas riding around listening to niggas talk. And so I started just scanning the internet.
Is that when you decided to go more faceless with your content?
Yeah. Because I was looking for like, you know, the documentary style. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do that, build it up. And of course I was dropping music in between. I dropped business, you know. But shit, I had some little shit going on in the streets that kind of, you know, distracted me
Turn
for a little minute.
things, yeah, it
Yeah, so
happened.
after that project, and that project did good, you know. That project number 20 on iTunes, you know what I mean? I did a
Hold on, brother Blake, your audio is fine, but you seem like a robot. Might want to try to come out and come back in. Oh, there you
all
go.
right.
No, you back smooth. You back smooth.
All right.
Maybe that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but standing on a business did good, but I ran into an issue with getting niggas to shoot videos for me.
Oh, really? B Magic
Oh,
wasn't around no more, huh?
no, Magic moved.
That's
Magic
when you moved
moved.
to Vegas.
Magic.
Yeah,
The last time we had Magic, I had Magic here. We went to Alden and shot a video. We
that's
went to
crazy. 'Cause
Alden, shot
I
a
drove all the
video.
way. I drove all the way from LA to Vegas to shoot a video with B Magic. We still didn't end up shooting the video. Oh God.
Yeah, we went from St. Louis to Alden, shot the video, and it's crazy how that shit happened because that was the last time like Magic moved, and then I end up having to pay him like 3 or 4 years later to get the footage because
Mm.
the two niggas in the video, the nigga I did the song with, he's from Chicago. He got locked up for a murder, you know what I mean? And the other nigga, that was just in the video with us that day, he ended up getting killed, you know? So
Damn.
that was like, yeah, you know, that was like the only
The footage
live
turned into
footage.
monumental. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, damn, you know, I end
Good
up
thing
tapping
Mac, you
back
still
in with
have it.
him. Yeah, no, man, 4 years later, literally, like 4 years later, you know. So
That's crazy.
I tapped in with him. He sent me the video. And when I saw that shit, it's like, all right, I'm finna start back rapping, you know?
Mm.
And then it shifted back over to rapping. And then when I started back rapping, people started to see who was making the videos, you know?
Okay.
And then it started getting like weird. The comments and shit started getting weird, you know? Because now the way people feel about the videos and shit is spilling over into the music, and you know what I mean? So I'm
Politics,
like,
period.
yeah, yeah. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm noticing, right? This is what fucked me up about YouTube and kind of got me head first into like really making content, because I noticed that it wasn't actual like fans and shit. It was YouTubers that was commenting on my shit, you
Mm.
know? It was YouTubers that was feeling away, you know? Me and Ceddy was locked up together. Me and Ceddy from Chicago, 600.
He a content creator?
No, he a rapper.
A
Rondo
rapper.
number 9, Ceddy, Lil Durk, all them niggas. You
Okay.
know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Him and Rondo went to jail together, but
Okay.
Ceddy and Rondo was locked up together.
Okay.
So I was coming home, they was like coming in type shit, you know. But you know, we jammed, we chopped it up. And shit, you know, the vision that I was coming out to, them niggas was leaving. You feel me?
Mhm.
So I soaked shit up from them little niggas. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, damn, okay. They kind of made me realize the shit I wanted to do could still happen. You
Mm.
know, cause I'm like, okay, these little niggas, they still, you know, they still doing, you know, the streets is still kind of like how I was moving. So I'm like, okay. And now it's a light on, like back then, niggas was discreet. You know what I mean? Now it's like
Right.
they marketing this shit. You feel
Right.
me? So all I gotta do is just come tell my story. This shit gonna pop. Me and C they linked back up when I got home a couple of years later. And once we started doing the music, people start going through the channel and they start seeing shit. And then now these YouTube niggas, they trying to change the narrative on shit that I done put out. A lot of shit I know firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was there or I heard it from a nigga that was there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right. Right.
so, but because I'm not from where they from, niggas feel like, he shouldn't be able to talk about this, or he shouldn't, you know, he shouldn't know more than me because he ain't from here, you know?
Mm.
And man, I started seeing niggas comment on my YouTube, and then I started getting strikes and shit on my YouTube.
Mm.
And I'm like, damn, these niggas really trying to control the narrative, you know? And it's crazy how this shit happened, because it started with 16 shot.
Hold on, this is a good way for me to transition to my next portion of how I want this interview to go. I was thinking as soon as you said strikes, because there's a few names that your name is crossed up with heavy out here. And I want you to give us a little bit of the background, perspective, and the current status of your status with these said individuals. 16 shot him is on the list. However, he was last. But of
Yeah.
course, it was Ho No Hunted, 1090 Jake, the fake snake, uh, Ceddy Fetty, Nasty Nash, and Eddie Boy. That was the list. And 16 Shot 'em was on there. But yeah, I think that'll be a good way. This is a segue to the second half of the interview. So you could go ahead and go into that however you choose fit.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's funny though, because it all started with him.
Mm.
It all started with 16. 16 was in the middle of some shit that I had going on with another YouTuber. Me and dude, then since, you know what I'm saying, we kind of let bygones be bygones. So
Mhm.
I'm a stand on that and respect that, you know.
Right.
But 16 got in the middle of some shit and he went extreme, but that's because there was some monetary gain in it for him. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? He had some content that, he wasn't supposed to get paid off of. It was copyrighted content. It had a content ID on it. And he took the
Mhm.
content ID off. Uh
Hmm.
to make sure, he doing some shit that I see they do now, but he had hundreds of thousands of subscribers at the time. So to
Mhm.
make sure the narrative got out there how he wanted it to get out there, he jumped out there first.
Mhm.
He used my situation with somebody else as a segue to discredit me so he could slide in and say, yeah, man, dude, he did that with me. You know what I'm saying? And kind of ease his way in. After I started doing what I do with him, you know how I do when I'm on somebody, you know what I mean?
Cracking.
Yeah.
Certainly.
After that started, uh, which to my defense, it's all defense.
Correct.
You got a bigger platform than me, so your word gonna travel faster,
However, if I recall, he got some pretty nasty allegations
Yeah, no,
associated
some
with
wild
him.
allegations. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, some wild allegations. And uh once I started touching on shit like that, he started running to other people to
Mm.
kind of, and they didn't even realize what was happening. He did it with Tay Savage.
Mm.
I reached out to somebody that I know would have a line on Tay Savage, you know what I mean, up there in
Mm.
the city. And he tried what he could try. I personally DM'd the nigga. If he was to check his IG DM, it's still in there,
Mm.
I personally DM'd him and said, hey, steer clear of that because this was going on. But either he didn't see it or he didn't take heed,
Mm.
and he kept going. And dude was just doing little lame shit. Like I dropped the paperwork on 1090 Jake, the grievance, right? And
Mm.
when I dropped the grievance on 1090 Jake, I was putting so much pressure on 16 and 1090 Jake. 16 Weasel Tay Savage into the shit because he went and asked Tay Savage a question, but he asked him in a manner, he asked him, man, is a grievance snitching? Any nigga gonna say, nah, a grievance ain't snitching, but
Right.
what you put in the grievance can be snitching. You know
Right.
what I mean? So
I don't care if it's a grievance, a leavance, or a
yeah,
sneevance. The details that he compiled, if you place
yeah,
those details anywhere, you all bad, bro. I
you
don't
all
give
bad.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, you all bad. So,
You sideways.
all
Your
right,
camera didn't change with your device. Yeah.
all right. Hold on, let me
Hey, I
fix.
wish you would have did it the wide way in the first place.
Yeah, I wish I would have known. Yeah, but trying to make sure it get up
I
here.
didn't know no better. If I'd have known, that shit would have it would have been more of a
Yeah, it looked decent like that.
yeah. You thought you crispy though.
Yeah,
I don't know why you bothered.
yeah. No, I'm trying to make
Only
sure I
thing I
don't
would
go
have
out on.
suggested initially is you put it closer to you if you could.
Yeah, I ain't. I
Yeah.
ain't wanna.
So
I
you
ain't
put
wanna.
it closer.
I ain't wanna.
Do you? Do you? No need to
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
up. Yeah, it's the
yeah,
side.
yeah, yeah. So he weasel Tay Savage into the shit. Tay Savage, Tay Savage, Tay Savage, he answered like I expected him to answer. But the fact that I reached out to him personally, you know what I mean, and he didn't even respond or nothing, made me like, all right, well, nigga, fuck it. You grin, you win. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And once he saw that I took that approach with him, I think he just started being like, all right, let me see who else I could get. You know what I mean? And for real, bro. And he started just asking different people different scenarios, but it all pertained to me. You know what I mean? He would present these scenarios to people as if it's some random shit, but it actually pertained to me. But these people not knowing that because they don't even know me. You know what I mean? So I quit. I quit like biting on that, but I stayed on him. And I
Mm.
think that you know how this shit go. People see you doing something, they start like it's like as soon as I dropped the grievance on 1090J everybody started trying to attack me. That's how the Ceddy Nash shit happened, you know?
So it was basically so far with the first 3 names, chain reaction.
Yeah, it was chain reaction with all of them. You know what I mean? Shit, yeah. The only one that was different was Wack. You know, Wack actually lied about some shit that I had firsthand knowledge
He
that
did
he was
what?
lying. Yeah, right.
Look, bro.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
No, we don't, bro. We absolutely do not, bro.
Hey, I've been seeing people keep saying the juvenile side of the county.
This is what they refer.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
Do you see how confident and boldly and casually he'll tell a bold-faced lie? That was a compound lie on top of a lie because he was placing me at an incident that I wasn't at, telling his story, and then put me in his past as a juvenile in jail. I say, man, you can't f with no nigga like that, bro.
Yeah, no, he just gonna make up some shit. And that's when
he started off with the lie. What was the lie that triggered y'all? Because that's the lie. That's half of the lie that triggered me trolling him.
Yeah.
That was it right there, that day, that interview. But go ahead.
You know, after the situation happened down in Atlanta, you know what I mean? A few other events transpired. The shit led to a lot of speculation. You know what I mean? It was a lot of speculation about what was really going on because shit was going on. You know what I mean? And this nigga just jumped on the internet. I think he was trying to like help dude image or some shit. I don't know what he was doing.
10 or 10.
Wack100. No, Wack100.
Help who?
Hitman.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
he didn't.
His lie, my situation with him is the only one that I was saying that my situation with him is the only one that stems from something different than the 16.
Hitman must not have really ran him by my boy. Because my boy would have been told him, leave that alone.
Yeah. He was trying to, I guess, control the narrative for him. You know what I'm saying? But he started making up a story about niggas snitching on a situation that has something to do with Hitman. I'm like, hell no, nigga, ain't no snitching going on, you know? And
so even you pointing out how he fucking with them people is a reaction to him trying to shine that kind of light on you?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I say even with me, it's all defense. It's all defense with me. Yeah, it's all defense. Just once I'm going, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? And he jumped out there and made up this story about niggas snitching and all this shit, you know. And I knew for a fact that he was lying. So now my mission is
he was talking about you snitching, right? Where you from?
I'm from St. Louis.
Okay, and he's from California, right?
Yeah.
Check his logic out on this subject.
So this what I don't understand. How does a non-Pacoima guy knows what a guy from Pacoima does in Pacoima?
You feel me? Like with his own logic, bro.
And he good for that.
Come on, bro. And he's talking about me, an hour from Pacoima. He's in St. Louis, Texas, Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta. He's an expert all across the map. But please continue to build, man.
Yeah, so he started this narrative about this snitching shit. But I know that he lying, you know. But my thing is, before I even approach you with it, I'm gonna get the paperwork, you know, because I've been seeing you do this shit on the internet for quite some time. So I'm finna be the one that really, you know, that's how I was looking at this shit. Like, yeah, I got his ass, you know. So I went and got the paperwork, you know. And when I got the paperwork, shit, they gave me all the details and the body cam. So now, nigga, I can not only prove that you lying about.
Wait, so body cam, that's something you ain't revealed yet. You ain't showed none of that, have you?
Little bits and pieces. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Little
Oh,
bits and
sweet.
pieces. But I lean back on it. I lean back on it, you know, because it was getting crazy. I'm gonna put you up on game, you know.
All right.
Yeah, man. I had the body cam and the paperwork, so now I got the paperwork. I can prove you lying, and it went from him getting caught in a lie to now he deflecting to, oh man, I'm finna holler at dude because if he did that, he bogus. You know what I mean? And then the focus became more on dude now and what he did wrong, you know? And he kind of weaseled his way out of it. But ever since then, anytime my name come up, he trying to discredit it, you know? And I'm like, damn.
I guess in the chain reaction sense, that tags in Eddie Boy.
Yeah, yep. Yep. That exactly. Because in the process of me, I originally thought, bro, that Eddie Boy was doing some objective reporting on Big U. I didn't know that he had the malicious angle that he had, you know?
No, I ain't gonna lie. He that's how he sold it at first. He kept talking about, like, even though we got our differences, we gotta understand we come from, like, that brother this and we that brother this, but eventually that line got very blurred and it just disappeared, and he was on a whole nother campaign, bro.
Yeah, it went all the way the other way.
I witnessed the same thing on my mama.
And once I saw that, now I'm more interested in, because I like to know who I'm talking to, and all that shit, So, I'm looking into what's really going on, and the documents wasn't matching up with what was being said, So that led to, like, okay, now you come to do defense, I see why, and
bro,
it just
you got away. You had this grown ass crip with 30-year gripe talking about, fuck it, I'm going to the police. Oh, what the?
Yeah, because
that has to be satisfying to you.
Yeah,
to see this nigga break
take the mask off. Take the mask off.
Even though he didn't, he definitely did take
the mask off. Because I know that's the real you under there. You know what I mean? I seen the documents, which, by the way, he claimed was fake, and he will be.
The jailhouse documents.
Yeah. He'll be seeing me soon. He'll be seeing me soon. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because everybody we named so far, you can confirm is going to be involved in litigation for defamation.
Yeah. See, what I was getting to is the chain reaction shit, right?
Okay.
It started with 16. 16 lured in Tay through the 1090 Jake situation. Ceddy Nash was really desperate to fit in with 1090 Jake and Tay and FYBJ Main and all them niggas at the time. So he jumped into the 1090 Jake situation, but he covered it in a different way than he covered everybody else, And I heard the niggas say, if this was Cali, I would call him a snitch, but I can't speak on Florida politics. And I'm like, nigga, your whole thing is speaking on other niggas. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard him say that, I'm like, yeah, he making excuses for the nigga. So now I'm after everybody. Because in my mind, y'all trying to discredit me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Y'all
bring
trying
that cock out on you.
Y'all trying to discredit me, and at the end of the day, I think I'm 1,000 times more credible than all of the people on that list. So
I don't know nothing about 16, but from what I could gather from everybody else, and the little bit I know about your background that can be confirmed, I agree with you, bro.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm not, I'm firing off, But my goal was never to, like, I wasn't trying to ruin niggas or nothing. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be real about who you are. And I think that's what be having that's why it has the effect that it has when I drop it, because it's almost like getting into a nigga head a little bit. You know what I mean?
A lot of bit. a lot
Yeah.
of it, the way you utilize no emotion and
Yeah.
that sarcastic monotone, and you have to explain to us that's not a fake laugh because you know it sound dry and
Yeah,
fake.
yeah.
How it's piercing when it don't stop, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my mama.
Yeah. Hey, and it man, bro, because listen, I find myself really laughing at these niggas though, you know? Really, because man, it's amazing to me that the internet has gotten to a place where like back when I was a shorty, niggas did Black Planet and shit like that. But if you was on there like on a fake page and you was writing people weird shit and shit, like you was a weirdo. You know what I mean? That shit wasn't cool. Niggas like, man, let's stay away from him. You feel me?
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know, but now that shit is cool. You know, now they doing fake pages and they texting themselves and making fake articles to report on. It's so much shit
You know
that
what
go on.
I remind myself about every situation I didn't get involved in that real is rare. I ain't never tried to be with the crowd, bro. Every level in life, when I think back, me and mine always knew, no pun intended, they not like us. We always been in the cut like niggas wish they was like us. So every step of the way, you got to remind yourself that the real is rare, bro. When you stick into the script, it's a lonely road. Oh my mama. That's just facts.
That's a fact. And as I learn that more, you know, a lot of niggas don't be wanting to admit it, but you know, bro, I felt like this was really just up until like maybe 2 years ago. I just now feel like I really caught up with the world. You know, like I
From
was
the eight that you had
hell
to.
yeah, hell yeah. Because after I did that, I did a year on house arrest when I came home. You know, I still had 3 years of parole to do. So I was tiptoeing because I didn't have like one of them ages where I could run around and be smoking weed and hanging. You know what I mean? If my name get ran, they pulling up to pick me up. You know, how I bump into Rondo and C-Day and them because I get picked up for changing my address. You know what I'm saying? I get picked up for changing my address. I'm supposed to just be going to get dropped and do some paperwork, and I end up in a maximum security prison with niggas who got 40 years in life, and you know what I'm saying? Niggas out there that I'm in 322. The nigga in 321 got 75 years. His celly got 80 years. The nigga next door to him outdate 2082. You know what I'm saying? The nigga next door to him outdate 2060 something. Meanwhile, I'm in this motherfucker waiting to see the parole board. You know?
I ain't gonna lie, cuz on my mama, I've been on yards with lifers.
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I had got rolled up for possession of marijuana when really I should have just got rolled up for being under the influence.
Yeah.
I had to appeal it myself. And it kept getting denied at the prison. The last step is to send it to Sacramento and let them review it.
Yeah.
And I won. And when they sent back their paper saying I won, I'm already past my release date.
Right.
Mind you, I'm with lifers and niggas that straight. I didn't give a fuck, nigga. I was petty all day to them same lifers. Like, man, when they gonna let me out?
Man, yeah. Oh, look,
fuck, I'm
nigga, the parole board. Hey, no bullshit. The parole board come down there, right? And you supposed to see them. They come like every 30 days. Now, mind you, I've been down here for like 30-some days, so I'm anticipating seeing them. They send me a thing. They're like, no, you got to be in the facility that you at for 30 days, and then you got to catch them on the next 30. You know what I'm saying? You got to be there for at least 30 days before they come. So it's like right on the 30th day type shit. So I ain't see him. But nigga, that day I didn't know I wasn't gonna see him. Nigga, I'm in there throwing property at the door because they ain't come get me. So I'm doing everything trying to get their attention. You know, it's bars. It's bars. If you look up Menard Correctional, you know it's tiers. You know what I'm saying? So it's 1, 3, 5, 7. It's 10.
Damn,
it's 10.
That's a game of tiers.
Oh, they split though. It's 5 on one side, 5 on the other one. It's an even and an odd. So it's
even
1.
5. Even
Yeah.
5 is that's a lot of tears.
No, yeah, it's 5. It's 5.
That's
And
huge.
in the back,
Is there
it's
any
20.
potential if you up on 5? Is any potential going all the way to the down? Like,
if you the right size, shit. If you the right size, hell yeah. But if you in the back, like the East and the West house, it's 25 cells on each tip. If you go to the front, it's 50 cells in that same space though. Like each cell cut in half type shit. You know what I'm saying? So the cells, yeah, yeah. Small, hot. You know what I mean? Like, it's ugly. So the nigga down there acting up when I thought they wasn't, you know, but then they end up sending me something saying they gonna see me. They didn't see me the next month. I had to see them the next month. Then I had to wait again, you know. But meanwhile, I'm down here mingling and you know, running around with, yeah. So I kind of was like, when they let me out that time, I'm like, all right, damn, this shit real. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga could get put back in that bitch and be, cause I could have died down there. You feel me? If you know about Menard, that motherfucker, any day. You know what I'm saying? Like, any day. So I'm down there in the pit, and then being who I am made it even more crazy. Cause soon as niggas hear I'm down there, you know, the older homies in the front, like, hey, everything back there, all the younger guys is in the back. The north and the south is like where they got the guys who've been down there 30 years, 40 years already. If you got 90 years and you just came to prison or you came on a disciplinary transfer or something, you going to the back, to the east or the west.
Okay.
So that shit rowdy, you know. The older, you know, they hear I'm down there, they, yo, everything back there, you got it. You know what I'm saying? So
is that because I hear just a little bit, yo, daddy come from the gang too. You got and you got his name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And man, I'd be lying to you if I said that shit ain't mean nothing. You know what I mean?
I got my name Baby Spider. Big Spider is my brother, so I can relate, bro.
Yeah, that shit. And my uncles, my uncle Lano, he passed away a couple years ago, but he legendary. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He legendary. You know,
Yeah, and as far as my neighborhood, my Uncle Roy, he was from the set, like in an older type of style, but he wasn't no punk. And my daddy had like another brother, and my daddy just in that neighborhood, just man energy. Yeah. Everybody knew I came from a bunch of gorillas, bro. Like,
No, that's the same with me, bro. You know what I mean? My uncle and them, you know, man, them niggas, they paved the way. All of them, all the way down to my pop's baby brother, who just a couple years older than me. You know what I'm saying?
Give it up for all them.
Yeah, you know, so it was part that, and it was also part, you know, nigga, as soon as I hit the joint, I'm down there like 2 weeks. Me and my celly get the brumbling in that motherfucker, you know? And that shit just, you know, niggas just heard I was down there. They like, man, that nigga gone to Ceddy for fight. So now niggas like, man, get him over here, you know? I pull up to the barbershop.
You talking about self fight. You know something you missed? You be on 1090J about being in there getting that mouth bloody for fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
But Hold No 100 tells an almost identical story about being in prison with his big homie and having to fight every day. You got to find it, bro, and compare the two.
So you a punching bag, basically.
Yes, he telling like tried to make it sound tough.
Yeah, like he was gladiator school. Like, you're a punching
they call
bag.
this homie a known knockout artist. My OG homie, he a known knock. Everybody know he a nut. Trying to say this how he learned how to fight.
So he was in the cell knocking you out.
Taking it. Thank you.
Bro. This shit too easy to put together.
But go ahead, you can keep building.
Yeah, so you know, man, you know, they hear that and it kind of shout out to the homie Knowledge, man. My homie Knowledge, D-Run, just in case niggas watching it, like, man, Menard and them two niggas, if you from anywhere, if you down there if you been in Menard, because them niggas been down there, I know for sure D-Run been down there since the 90s, you know? So Knowledge, D-Run, Raven. I think Raven on the way home now, he just had 2 naturals. He gave that shit back. But these dudes been down there since the 90s, and them just hearing about me coming up, and you know, actually it wasn't like a celebration for me in there, but I can't say niggas was happy to finally run into me, however the circumstances was.
We talk the same language, nigga. I get it.
Yeah. So
celebration if you want to, I get it.
Yeah. So you know, nigga, I got a chance to bump into some niggas I had been hearing about, and you know, chop it up with them, and they like, man, shit, do your thing back there, you know, and that made it a lot smoother for me. But at the same time, it reminded me, okay, if you go back, this what you going back to, because you know it was certain shit that was going on down there. Like, man, we had a. I'm gonna stay on track, but I gotta tell this story because this shit funny.
Go ahead.
We in prison. Now, I just told you about all these tiers, right? It's East House got 10, the West House got 10. My homie on the West House on the even side. I'm on the East House on the odd side. So we on 2 different corners of the building. This nigga sent me a kite. Basically, some niggas over there owed him some shit, and he was getting ready to transfer. But he sent me a kite. And I'm talking about, he talked so bad about the niggas and they mob, man. And it was crazy because you sent it through all these different niggas. You know what I'm saying? So when I get it, I'm reading this shit and I'm like, man, he ain't never just sent me this shit through all. So now I'm laid back. I'm thinking like, damn, when the doors pop, I gotta be on point. You feel me? Because ain't no telling who done read this shit, what they done said or passed along. Yeah. So man, they call it rec. And in Menards, you only get 4 hours. You know what I mean? You get 4 hours, but it's all at once. You only get to go, you know, one time. They call it, you take your ass out there, you out there 4 hours or you come back in. You know what I'm saying? But
ain't no in and out.
No, ain't no going back tomorrow, or you know what I'm saying? We finna pop this bitch today. You gonna go get your 4 hours, and that's it. We'll see you in 5 days or next week or some shit, you know? So I'm thinking like, damn, I gotta go out here and I'm gonna be stuck out here 4 hours. You know what I mean? Which we was cool. You know, we had a couple of little numbers over there and shit, but it wasn't like I ain't gonna say who the niggas was, but we couldn't compete with them niggas. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't compete with them niggas. So I'm like, damn, if these niggas done read this shit, it might go down when we come out. So I go out, we out there. Shit don't go down.
That's a cold feeling.
Yeah. So you know, I come back in, shit, you know, shit smooth, and I end up bumping into this nigga at the barbershop. Man, blow him down. Man, don't you never send no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But just once I got home and I started thinking about shit, I'm like, damn, this is what I'm gonna be going back to. You know what I mean? Like, this shit could get, because I know they sending me right back down there. That's why they sent me down there in the first place. Like, they ain't even give a fuck that I'm done with the time, and you know what I'm saying? Nah, nigga, take your ass on down there. You feel me? And that's
you don't have like a point system that. How do they determine what level of security?
They go off of what they got in their file and they folder. You know what I mean?
Depending on what they see doesn't cause you to be a certain number of points, and it just
it's whatever classification go through and look at and see. You know what I mean? They don't got no point system, but what I do know is, compare the documents and shit that you done seen to, you know what I mean? Thinking about a nigga being in that bitch. I go in that motherfucker. Once I'm there, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? So
once they see that, you could be in there for some tickets. They still gonna take your ass.
Yeah. Once I'm there, I'm there. So damn near everything. Like we done had STG tickets. I got all that shit on my file. You know what I'm saying? So little investigations for shit. So I know where it's going. And I just
When you
be
first said STG, I was thinking sergeant, but that would be SGT. I
yeah,
don't want the
no.
moment. I don't want.
STG is security threat group.
Okay.
So that's what they, you know, if you come in and you under anything, if they catch your ass, if they catch you on the walk and they, you know, how the moles and the folks and shit, they all got their little stances and shit. If they catch you in any type of position that they deem is any of that type of shit, they STG. If you notice,
Wow.
right? If you notice, in all of the internet shit you done seen with prisons and shit, you have never seen a Illinois Department of Corrections inmate with a cell phone showing you know what a cell look like. Now you can't find one video nowhere.
That's true.
They don't play that shit. To anybody who watched this, you can't find one. It's not no prison channel from Illinois where they got, you know, that you're not gonna see it. That shit locked down.
That's a crazy culture that cell phones are still contraband. And out
They
here in
locked it, man.
California,
Listen, because
you
them
got
niggas
niggas
don't do
still
nothing
doing
but
still.
gangbang.
Crazy.
They don't do nothing but gangbang. You know what I'm saying? So it's straight up.
So if a nigga thought he was finna start one of them channels, the inmate's gonna deal with him.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You better not even think about that shit. They gon' like them niggas real. They gang banging in that motherfucker. The structures, the GDs, the BDs, the vice lords, the moles, the structures of old, they still exist. All them principles and shit, that shit still exists once you get behind that wall.
That's what's preserved. I get it.
Yeah, it still exists when you like all of that shit them niggas doing in Chicago, GD, BDK, all that shit. When them niggas get to the joint, they one love. They right out there with the same niggas they was just beefing with. They might be on different sides of the weight pile, but it's no friction at all.
Oh, that's the same shit basically in California prison, same shit.
Yeah, they
Tell
gon'
me
they
this,
gon'
we've been stretching it, we going. You definitely gonna have to come back and update us as the litigation goes on. But
oh yeah, man, listen, you gotta I gotta say this for everybody because I seen a few people saying, man, it ain't no document, it ain't no numbers on the documents. That shit is on Pacer. You can look it up. Byron Blake versus Cash Jones.
and these are actual cases to where they're going to be compelled to appear and be in the same room with you in
Yeah,
the courtroom. Right?
my thing is either that or let this summary judgment go through. You know, because I ain't stopping, I ain't letting up. I gave everybody the opportunity to find some common ground with me prior to me filing.
If you saying someone was to be arrogant to not respond, then we anticipate the natural course of the law, default judgment. That's what happens.
No, I'm going all the way. I'm not letting up. I'm not settling for nothing less than what I feel I deserve, and I know what they took from me, you know. I also know what
Oh wait, no, go. You also know what?
I also know what I have to support what my claims, you know.
Perfect segue, and I want to close with this, bro. So I just reacted to some recent audio with you and Holding 100 on the phone. First, two-part question. I want to ask you, who inspired that call? Did he reach out to you? Did you reach out to him? And I want to ask you, out of all the times you heard him on the phone, have you ever heard him so calm and at a loss for words? Why do you think you didn't get the aggression that we usually get out of him when somebody is accusing him of being funky?
Yeah, no, for one though, he called me, you know, just for the record. He been calling me since I filed the lawsuit on 1090J. The number that I used on the lawsuit for 1090J, I obtained strictly for that purpose, you know. So when when he called me on it, then I knew where he got it from. Once I talked to him the first night he was kind of like trying to feel like he was trying to change my narrative a little bit. You know, he was just trying to feel where I was at with it and if I was standing on it.
Right.
And then he called me again because I told him it was coming, but I guess he thought I was playing. I guess when he seen that it actually hit Pacer, he like, damn, he really filed on me, you know? So when he called me again, you know, he was trying to, that's the conversation that y'all hear. It's more too. I gotta, you know, let
Oh,
you
it's
hear it.
more
But
good.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
he was way more calmer than I've ever heard him. You know, he was actually trying to seem like he was trying to befriend me a little bit.
He was, bro. He definitely
Yeah.
seemed it so, bro.
Yeah,
Oh God. He's
but
gonna eventually try to talk you down somehow, some way.
no, because at the end of the day, with me, it's about principle, integrity, and you challenged my shit by saying that I was lying on you, and you rallied up enough people to believe that. To you took 5 figures a year out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Took 5 figures a year out of my mouth. You
Bro,
know,
that was
so
the coldest moment in that conversation is when the way you came with that I ain't got no channel, cuz, and the way
yeah,
you a cold nigga to even be able to put yourself in that moment and not
yeah,
allow him laughing. You fucked him up because he didn't expect you to say that. The way you
yeah,
got to laughing, that was a cold moment just to ride, to be in with
yeah,
you, my nigga. You a cold nigga.
yeah. Hey,
I would have
man.
never been able to, I wouldn't even be able to entertain the conversation. But for
Yeah.
you to be able to, for you to bring that up and for it to, you got a lot of poise, my nigga.
Yeah, no, I've been in the rooms, shit,
That was
but
crazy.
I I I played that as if I was in one of them rooms, because that's how I look at it. So shit, I'm handle you the same way I would handle them if they was trying to, you know, and I think that he was trying to bait me into saying some shit like I was just playing, or you know what I mean, something along the lines that I'm not serious, which is why I entertained the phone call, because I just wanted to document that I did speak to you since it happened, about it. So if the event should come up that I have to serve you in a way other than you know, getting it to you at your doorstep, I got a foundation to show, man, this dude know about this, and because that's
Before
how
you
hard I'm
finish,
going. I'm not even gonna
and
let you duck service.
I
You
believe
know?
there is a scenario as to where email can eventually be considered
Yeah,
as
yeah. Service by publication. If I gotta put it in a newspaper article,
newspaper. Yeah.
however I gotta do it, I ain't letting him duck no service. He ain't, because that as long as he don't get served, then it's almost like it don't exist. You
You
know?
know what I noticed as well? Recently, he came out to somebody going that big U about the video he made right before he got incarcerated, which all Big U said was the police was asking me about this
Yeah,
guy. He didn't say he was working with him. He said that when they locked me, when they came to my house, they was asking me about hold, da, 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 da. But when you said I into his face over the phone multiple
yeah,
times, you are an informant, you are informing. He didn't say about going after you.
yeah, nah, he don't want to. He know that I know, he know that dude know too, but he just feel like by him being at the disadvantage that he's at with being able to speak for himself, that he can just push, that narrative. He want to make it seem as if it's some connection between us that's driving me with that. When in reality, it's just, bro, you started off lying on me. And since then, I just been watching you, and I see you continue to lie on people. And I'm just taking the opportunity out to tell people that this ain't the truth that you telling. It ain't got nothing to do with uh being biased towards dude, because I've said on multiple occasions when people say, how you feel about the case, I say, well, shit, if it's anything that might get him, it might be the financial shit, you know? So it ain't like I'm just flat out like, oh man.
But it's just like we watch movies and we cheer for the robber. Like we come from the
Yeah,
culture in the background. He's a personal
yeah,
friend of mine. He's not yours, but from you on the outside looking in your background, in the spirit of a defense attorney, why would you not be looking at it from
yeah,
every angle that could possibly benefit him if you a real nigga? What else could you
yeah,
possibly do?
yeah. I don't want to see no nigga go to jail, you know what I mean?
If he's
And
stuck, he's stuck. But a
yeah.
defense attorney is not gonna proceed that way, and no real nigga is gonna proceed that way. We gonna
No,
fight
hell
it all the way to
no.
the
They
end.
gonna be, yeah, they gonna be like, man, hell no. If I was him, I'd do this, or so that made me a target to him. you know, but
Mm.
it was subtle. It was very slick. You know, it started being little shit like little smaller creators coming at me, you know, and then they had mentioned his name eventually, which would let me know where the shit came from. I've never expected dudes like Eddie Boy to be even speaking on me. For real, for real.
Me
I
either.
felt
I
like he
never.
was so entrenched in, you know, like, bro, you were you to a degree a historical figure until you start running your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
He
Like,
was assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. I
yeah,
don't know 600. I just want to help get my brother affidavit.
yeah, that's
And to
it.
some degree, I respected that. He is
Yeah,
also a family member of one of my homies. So I looked at him through one lens, but
yeah,
once that penitentiary paperwork came out and he got to be involved with certain other answers, my
yeah.
lens
No,
changed.
and he got to see me about that. He got to see me about saying that that's fake, you know, because again, that's my integrity and my, you know, name on the line. If I decide I want to come out there and just, you know, go see the fucking Hollywood some shit, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, I want to be able to move with the same
Don't you?
confidence that
I
I
would
move.
never use the phrase check in, but you already know.
Oh no, for sure,
Just
for
check
sure.
in, my nigga. You already know,
That's
man.
hey, listen, I don't know what these niggas be
Everywhere
talking
we want to
about.
go around this motherfucker. Anywhere you
I
want to
don't
go,
know
nigga.
what these niggas be talking about, man. But if you go somewhere, man, out of town and you got people that you know there, man,
It's a natural
call,
thing.
yeah, like they want to make this shit be something. That's how
It's
you
what I
know
do. It's what I
that's
do.
how you know that this shit, this internet shit is different, you know, because it's no way you plan on going anywhere. That's and then you can take that shit back 1,000 years, 2,000 years. You can go to any country you want to go to, any race. When them people was traveling, where they pull up on horses or in a car.
You know what's deep? Just making that type of comparison got Big U in trouble. Talking about going through airspace. He was making, they playing that now to,
Yeah,
yeah, so I don't even want to go down that, but I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like, man, that shit, you know, that's the way. But
I know
of
you,
course,
I know you taking it on the chin with your chest out, head up, but I know you're going through it with your channel. So I just want to, in front of everybody, let you know, anytime you need access to anything other than what you working with, you can
yeah,
pull up here, bro. I sure
yeah.
appreciate pulling up.
Man, for sure. I appreciate you having me, man. We supposed to been did this, but we got it in now.
We got it in now. It ain't got to be the last time. You feel
No,
me?
no. We gon' for sure do this again, bro. I enjoy coming through fucking with you, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bid you farewell because I got some
Yeah,
shit I got to get to. I
yeah, for sure.
appreciate you spending the time, the patience, man. And you know we gonna stay tapped into what's going on with you over here in the black box. This is your home away from home, man.
Man, for
Salute.
sure. Salute to the black box.
Much love, man. This is Byron Blake. You already know, affectionately known in the black box as Brother Blake. Salute, my nigga.
Get you some money, you're gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You're gonna feel different.
Like with Net Hustling. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.